A wonderful morning to viewers across the world. It's Ayo Adams on the sports segment of the weekend show. The most prestigious club football competition, the UEFA Champions League, returned during the week for the 2023-24 season. And just like always, the UCL night housed breathtaking performances, brilliant goals, late drama, and lots of exciting moments. Defending champions Manchester City got off to a flying start as Julian Alvarez stole the show with a sublime brace. After 6 years of absentia, Arsenal returned with a stellar performance, and their favorite star boy, Bukayo Saka, opened the goal lines. Once again, Real Madrid were at the mercy of another Jude Bellingham's late goal at the Bernabeu. At the other side of Spain, Barcelona ran riot in their UCL opener as João Felix put up another exciting performance, while Manchester United lost to Bayern Munich in a 4-3 close contest, but the scoreline does not reflect the Red Devils' below-par performance. Undoubtedly, the moment of the week was Lazio's goalkeeper Ivan Provedel scoring the equalizer with a sublime header in the 94th minute for the Italians against Atletico Madrid. Moving to Africa, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have been placed in Pot 2 for the upcoming group stages draw for the African Cup of Nations holding in Cote d'Ivoire in January next year. This placement is as a result of Nigeria's recent drop in FIFA rankings. And finally, in tennis, the Laver Cup has kicked off in Vancouver last night with Team Europe facing Team World. Well, to discuss the major talking points on the sports segment of the weekend show, we have returning guests Anthony Mongoli and Uchechukwu Prince. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How are you guys doing?
I'm very well.
All right. Let's dive straight into the Champions League. And I'll start with you. I know, look at you. It's Arsenal's time. So, it's about time we talk about Arsenal's dominance, regardless of what happened last season in the Premier League. After 6 years back in the Champions League. And, what's better storyline than Bukayo Saka, Arsenal's favorite boy, scoring the opening goal before, the team ran riot against their opponent. Question is, how far do you see Arsenal going this season in the Champions League, and how excited are you that Arsenal is back in the Champions League?
Okay, first of all, I would say hearing the Champions League team song go on and seeing Arsenal on the scoreboard, I felt really amazing once again. And definitely we're going to win all 6 matches.
Wow, that's a bold claim.
Yes, we're going to win all 6 matches, and we're going to finish top of our group stage. And then I see us passing at least the quarterfinal.
That's a good bid for returning back.
Yes.
You see you guys passing the quarterfinals. And so, another delicate issue with Arsenal is the goalkeeper situation. David Raya and Aaron Ramsdale. Okay. Do you think Arteta has made the right choice by dropping Ramsdale and using Raya? What is your own personal opinion about that?
Okay, for me, I would say he has made the right choice. Because you would see Raya has played just 2 matches and considered no goal. So you can see, definitely I know he's starting tomorrow.
Definitely.
Against Tottenham. He's going to start tomorrow. So I think it's a better choice right now. And Arteta has made the right choice.
Arteta has made the right choice, says Anthony. I mean, football is a game of emotions, but sometimes it's also not a game of emotions. Aaron Ramsdale was one of the most spectacular players for Arsenal last season. But the coach of the Gunners has said that, sometimes he needs to get, his act right. And sometimes he has also thought about substituting goalkeepers. Will we see goalkeepers being substituted this season? We'll wait to see that. Moving on, we have Real Madrid, who were also rescued at the brink of death by, once again, another brilliant, the man of the hour, Jude Bellingham, another late-minute goal for the Galacticos. Uche, Bellingham, another last-minute goal for Real Madrid. Are Madrid overly reliant on the Englishman?
See, first of all, I can't believe that Madrid actually got that guy at 100 million. For God's sake, the era now where you have a certain Casado that costs 100 million.
100 million.
He's good with the ball. Jude is good with the ball. He can give you both defensive work and attacking fox work. He can also play with his teammates. You can see that the teammate loves to play with him, and he has been efficient. 5 goals in 5 matches, 1 assist. Champions League, you saw how he delivered us again.
Also delivered.
I think with him, we have not felt the ascent of Vinicius. And I see him doing massively great in the Madrid chess.
All right. Another thing about Jude Bellingham and Real Madrid is the fact that, it seems like as if he owns that stadium. Whenever he scores, everybody's hands is, just right up there. Tell me, how does it feel to have a young player such as Jude Bellingham? You just mentioned the fact that Vinicius, who was supposed to be the star man, isn't around, but there's somebody in there, who came in, slotted in. But if you take it back, Madrid had had players who had not succeeded coming in big transfers. Eden Hazard, Mariano Diaz, even Arsenal's captain, Martin Odegaard, wasn't as triumphant as as people would expect in Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham, how great do you think he can be in Madrid? Do you think he can enter that conversation of one of the best Madrid players? Well, we know it's still early stages, but how far do you think he can go in his career in Madrid?
When I see Jude, I remember the likes of Zidane.
I mean, he's wearing the number.
Yes, you could see that the fan love him.
Yeah.
If not that I know he has played for Dortmund, I would say he has been playing with Madrid for so long.
Yes. Yeah.
The way the fan sings his name, it gives us goosebumps, and we want to see that more. And we believe he will be among the great in Madrid.
He will be among the great in Madrid. Undoubtedly, Jude Bellingham will be amongst one of the greatest players that Real Madrid has ever seen. It's been exciting and it's been exceptional. Back to you, Anthony. Let's talk about Manchester United, your rivals for a minute. They went to Germany to play Bayern Munich. Andre Onana's, yet again, another blunder from the Cameroonian. And then, Bayern put on a show. At the end of the match ended 4-3. For some people who did not watch the match, would think that match was a close contest, which the scoreline shows. But throughout that game, anybody who watched the game from beginning to end will know that was not a close contest in terms of performances. What has gone wrong for Manchester United?
First of all, letting De Gea go. That was like the major point. And bringing in someone that's not good with ground balls. He's always, but anything on top he can touch, but anything on that he can't. So, putting it in context, I feel if they can lose both games against Bayern Munich and win the rest 4, I see them qualifying.
But in their group is one of also the others group. They have a group. Galatasaray in that group is also not a team who's looking to waver. Do you think they can make it out of the group in the Champions League?
Yeah, I feel they can, but maybe second, not first.
Maybe second, not first. Obviously, Bayern Munich would not let them get Finally, in the Champions League, let's talk about Manchester City real quick. The defending champions, went down a goal, and we all know it's like as if Man City baits people to go down a goal. It's like as if sometimes they test themselves. They want to see, okay, if we go down a goal or go down 2 goals, can we really do it? And they went and did it again. And for some reason, let's say last season, if you hear that Man City was losing a goal down, they won 3-1, everybody will sing Erling Haaland. But, over the week, the name that was sung was not Erling Haaland. It was the Argentine World Cup winner, Julian Alvarez, who put on a show. If you thought the first goal was great, now imagine what happened with that sublime free kick. Can Man City defend their title? And if you think they can't, who do you think can usurp them this season?
It's too early, but let's not put this fact aside that Pep is a good coach. He has a good team. Yeah. For now, I think he has the squad to defend his title. For now, I'm looking at Madrid and Bayern Munich, if they'll have any obstacle on the way. But for now, I think we should hold on and wait to the knockout stage before we can decide if they can defend the title or not.
All right, let's wait to the knockout stages. Let's not be so presumptuous into predicting who is going to be our Champions League winner for this season. Well, let's leave Champions League and move quickly to Africa before we move to tennis. The Super Eagles of Nigeria were placed in Port B for the upcoming Afcon group stages, and this was as a result of their current ranking with FIFA. Nigeria has now dropped to 40, and in that same pot, Nigeria are housed with Nigeria, Cameroon, Mali, Burkina Faso, Ghana, and DR Congo. In pot 1, Cote d'Ivoire, Morocco, Senegal, Tunisia, Algeria, and Egypt. In pot 3, South Africa, Cape Verde, Guinea-Bissau, Zambia, and a lot of more others in that group. Equatorial Guinea, and we also have in pot 4, we have Gabon, Mozambique, Namibia, Angola, Gambia, and Tanzania. Nigeria is in pot 2, we have some of the best players in the world.
Yes.
Some people would dub Nigeria as another golden generation yet again. But I think the sad part about it is all of them are attackers. Victor Osimhen, Victor Boniface, Taiwo Awoniyi, Terem Murphy, Sadiq Umar. I can go on. Gift Auburn, Chukwueze, Ian Acho. Wow. With this amount of attackers, what can Nigeria do in the upcoming Afcon?
I would say 2 things. One, I think we have good strikers now who are currently on good form. But I think our problem lies on our midfield. We lack creativity. This is something we need to sort out. And I need the NFF to put their house in order. We don't want distractions this time around. What happened during the Female World Cup Women World Cup should not happen, where we heard of unpaid bonuses, and we need no distractions. And if we can get good friendly games for these boys to put them in shape, I really think we can go far and bring this Afcon back to Nigeria.
Bringing Afcon back to Nigeria. That's one thing I'm sure that all Nigerians would want to see, the Afcon coming back to the shores of Nigeria. Anthony, finally, on this particular topic, Nigeria, I just listed an array of superstars attackers. It's a dilemma for any coach in the world to pick the starting lineups. If you were Jose Pizarro going into the Nations Cup, who would be your starting lineup?
For me, going
up
to
front. Just up front, yes. Who would be the 3 attackers you put there up front, off the top of your head? Okay,
I love Awoni. I feel he's a child of grace. And I also love Victor Osimhen. Then I would most likely pick Kelechi Iheanacho. Yes, because he's a little bit creative. Even if I feel he's lazy, but he's a little bit creative. He's a little bit creative on the ball. So yes.
All right then. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Uche says that the NFF should put their house in order and find creativity for Nigeria in the middle of the park, as we have an array of superstar attackers up front to deliver us goals. And Anthony says he would love to see Victor Osimhen, Taiwo Awoniyi, who is the son of Grace, and Kelechi Iheanacho up front going in for the Afcon. Thanks a lot, guys, for coming on the show and giving us your delicate and intricate insights. Well, finally, on the sports segment of the weekend show, we go quickly into tennis, as the Laver Cup has kicked off in Vancouver last night with Otto Fuel and Ben Shelton kicking off the spectacle at Vancouver. Team Europe playing Team World, while Team Europe are also looking to see if they can, put up a formidable performance this season. Team World has been leading for 4 matches to nil. In Team World, we have an array of super players. In Team World, we have fellow Americans Taylor Fritz, Tommy Paul, Ben Shelton, Francis Tiafoe, and Felix Auger-Aliassime. And in Team Europe, headed by Bjorn Borg, we have Andrei Rublev, Casper Ruud, Hubie Hawkart, Gael Monfils, and Otto Fuels. Well, that's all we can take on the sports segment of the weekend show. We hope you've enjoyed the segment with our guests who are giving us their in-depth analysis on the show. Well, my name is Ayo Adams. I'll see you same time next week. Well, we have the Onile clip as we asked our fans across the streets. I also participated. Who will be the top 3 teams to win the Champions League? Here is what we all had to say. Bye-bye for now. I'll go for Manchester City.
Real Madrid.
Man City.
They are still defending champions. They still have one of the best squads in the world.
I think Bellingham has really improved their squad and he is scoring goals.
Inter Milan. They are runners up last season and can actually compete again this year.
Bayern Munich. They've got Harry Kane. They are a very experienced side. They seem to be like a very solid team.
Barcelona, Antelo, João Felix, Ilkay Gundogan.
And Real Madrid.
The defending champions, Manchester City, I think they are the strongest. They've got the strongest squad in Europe at the moment.
You can never count them out any day, anytime. So I believe they're going to compete as well.
And Bayern Munich, but in Harry Kane, being included with the team with the likes of Leroy Sané and Serge Gnabry,
So I think Man City.